The title of this video might lead you to thinking, oh great, another damn video promising to make me a goddamn millionaire. But before you jump to conclusions quicker than our wonderful female friends, allow me to inform you that the advice I'll be sharing with you in this video will actually make you a millionaire at one point or another if you choose to listen and take action. So sit straight, take out your notepad, and give me your undivided attention, because I'm prepared to change your life. If you grew up with a conventional mindset, then you probably think that the only way to become a millionaire is by either being a successful doctor or lawyer, real estate mogul, or just some lucky ass kid that inherited his dad's fortune. But the great news is that you could potentially become a millionaire just the way you are right now with the salary you have. All you really have to do is shift your budget and make smarter spending decisions, but most importantly, you have to implement one of the greatest money expansion techniques of all time, and that's the use of compounding interest. Now, for the one or two people watching this that don't know what compounding interest is, it's basically the interest you receive on money you already received interest on. And although it may take some time to work, allow me to explain why this could be so great. Let's say you put $1,000 into an investment account and receive a 10% return your first year. So at the end of the first year, you'll have a total of $1,100 in that same account. Now let's say you decide to leave that money in there for year 2, and this time you receive a 12% return on that amount. At the end of year 2, you'll have a total of $1,232. And now let's say you put $1 million into the same account rather than $1,000. After 2 years, you'd have a total of $1,232,000 in your account. That leaves you making a whopping $116,000 per year, doing absolutely nothing but letting your money sit and grow. That's more than double the average United States income of $48,000. But the truth is that no one's gonna get excited over a 10% return on $1,000, and almost no one has $1 million to put in an investment fund. So how can you make this work for you if you're an average person with an average job? Allow me to take you through 4 more steps that will really explain to you how to use compound interest and how you could implement this into your life today. 1. Budget evaluation. So first, you have to really evaluate your budget and determine the percentage of your monthly income that you could comfortably allocate to your investment fund on a monthly basis. Personally, the amount I recommend you set aside for this is around 5 to 10% of your monthly income in order to have this work out in your favor. Keep in mind that while doing this, you should be leaving an additional 10 to 25% of your budget for other things that are investment related. And therefore, I wouldn't recommend surpassing the 10% threshold of your monthly income when it comes to this. 2. Investment fund setup. Now that you've decided the monthly contribution that works for you, you're going to set up an investment account which will store your compounding money for the years to come. Personally, I use Fidelity for my investment needs, but feel free to do some research and use a platform that works for you. For this to work, you're going to be purchasing index funds or ETFs instead of individual stocks. The reason is that individual stocks are more volatile and may underperform the market during any given period. And so you'll want to have some quality holdings which will mirror the market, all while giving you some solid dividends. I suggest getting some quality ETFs from Vanguard, since they're pretty much one of the biggest ETF providers in the world. Some that I suggest you look into include the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, recognized with ticker VOO. And another one includes Vanguard High Dividend Yield Index Fund ETF, recognized with ticker VYM. Both are great long-term options that will provide you with steady growth as well as 2% and 3% dividends, respectively. So you'll want to put your money into these funds and hold them until you're ready to invest in something else. 3. Incremental Contributions. As your salary grows over time, you're gonna have to allocate more into your investment fund on a monthly basis. So if you start off with $1,000 salary and you contribute around 10% of that into your fund every month, so that's $100 a month, and later down the line, maybe 5 years later, 10 years later, you're now making $5,000 a month. You would now contribute $500 a month because that's what 10% of $5,000 is, right? That's basic math. And same thing goes for when your salary hits $10,000 or $20,000 a month, all the way up to $1 million a month. 10% of whatever number, you know how to do math. I don't have to explain to you, all right? Okay, so bottom line is no matter how much you're making, make sure you took that percentage you initially set, 10% in this case, and you keep that constant to what you're allocating towards this fund, because that's going to be really important as to how everything plays out. 4. Post-compound investing. Once you've been at this for over 10 years, you should have a substantial amount of money in your investment fund, all due to compounding interest. Besides your constant monthly contributions, you now have years of market growth, dividends collected, and dividends reinvested. Now, you could comfortably liquidate the money and invest it elsewhere. Some of the amazing things you could do include you buying a rental property or funding a business idea you always wanted to do. Isn't this crazy? I mean, let's say you've been working a 9-to-5 all your life, and all of a sudden, after years of putting your money into the market, you have enough money to start your own business or put a down payment on a property. That is absolutely life-changing stuff right there. Let's take a look at a real-life example to see how this actually plays out. So let's say the year is 1999 and you're only 20 years old. You decide to start putting away 10% of your monthly income into an investment fund for the next 20 years. So let's say you start with monthly contributions of around $100 a month, and then towards the end of the 20 years, you end up contributing around, $500 a month. So that averages out to around $300 a month for the 20-year period. So from September of 1999 all the way to September of 2019, you're contributing $300 a month into an ETF or index fund that mirrors the S&P 500 growth. Now here's where things get absolutely amazing. Let's just take a look at what happens when you collect $300 a month for 20 years. How many months does that work out to? I don't even know. Let me check. Hold on. So 240 months of collecting $300, that gives you $72,000, which in itself is crazy and a lot of money. But now let's take a look at this. If we factor in S&P 500 growth, dividends received, dividends reinvested, all while collecting that $300 a month, you're gonna end up with close to 160 grand at the end of the 20-year period. From the time you were 20 all the way to the time you're 40, which is still very young, you have $160,000. Guys, that is a life-changing number. So with the magic of compounding interest, just like that, you made over 100% on your money over a 20-year time frame. You could now take that money and essentially liquidate it and reinvest it wherever you want. Let's say you have a new business venture you want to start, or a rental property you want to put a down payment on. Well, guess what? Now you could do that because you have $160,000 which you could use to your benefit. And the reason this is so absolutely powerful is because it's really the only way to become a guaranteed millionaire. And I put emphasis on the word guaranteed because if you do this, you're gonna become a millionaire one way or another. And that's due to 4 powerful principles and concepts, whatever you want to call them. But they include collecting over time, market growth, dividends received, and dividends reinvested. And like I briefly mentioned before, you're gonna take this money and reinvest it into more income producing assets, which will continue to pile up and make you a millionaire. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all there is to it. You see, there's really only one way to become a guaranteed millionaire at some point in your lifetime, and that's using the power of compounding interest. Guys, despite the fact that I'm a young person with all this negative energy, and I'm telling you to do something so boring but so beneficial should tell you something. Yes, I know this is boring crap, and yes, I know this does take a long time. 10, 20 years is a long time for a lot of you watching, but this is really a way to help your future self and really elevate your success in the future, and just give yourself a helping hand starting now. Why wouldn't you help your future self? I just don't get it. Yes, you could be hanging out with the boys, or dating hot chicks, or buying nice clothes, or driving nice cars, or eating good food, or traveling the world, but who needs all that crap? Wouldn't you rather put your money into an investment fund and later recover over 100% of it and reinvest that and make yourself a millionaire? Yeah, that's what I would do. So you should do that too. Right now I'm just sitting here thinking, what if I took every cent I ever spent on some dumb and I put it into my investment fund, I'd probably be a millionaire right now. Like, no lie. I'd be sitting on at least 10 properties with all that money I spent on absolute junk and stupid things. So bottom line is, start thinking about your future self and start prioritizing your future financial well-being. My friends, if you master this today, I guarantee you're gonna be very successful and very happy with your future life. While this is relatively simple in theory, the execution is a bit tedious. But all you really have to do is follow what I just told you, and trust me, you're gonna be very happy with the results. Compounding is how the rich preserve their wealth. It's how the rich get richer. It's how the rich have their money work for them and not work for their money any longer. So with that, I hope you enjoyed, and as a little token of your appreciation, please go ahead and absolutely smash that like button to help my channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.